time is not money. Time has higher value than money because you can make more money, you cannot make more time. Without further ado, let's get started. Today, we are going to learn about Django applications. This is how I do it. I make notes, and the notes here is talking about Django. How to create app in Django web development. This is day 17 of web development. For those who are new, I have my LinkedIn, and you can find day 1 through day 17 there, from basics up to now. Django applications, in short, Django apps. As you can see, I have explained how to download, install, and set up the PyCharm, how to create project folder, how to install Django using pip command, how to create Django project using Django admin, like Django admin create project, then project name, then space dot, how to start Django main app, Python manage per startup app name. All this you can get, and more of them in my LinkedIn, specifically the 5 section 1 and section 2. This is my link here. You can copy this link and you paste it in your Google search, and you can able to access those in details. So in my YouTube channel, I will link this one in the description, so where you can get it, and then you go right day 5, and then you learn more about those. Now today we are going to discuss about how to create Django applications. So let's talk about apps. When you hear me say apps, just understand this application. And every Django project is essentially a collection of various apps, each providing certain functionality. Functionality like the phone, you have so many apps, and our mobile phone got them, and each app provides a certain functionality. So Django projects are exactly the same in this, the same. So today in this lesson, we are going to create those apps. So let's create those apps. When it comes to e-commerce application, it is obvious we need to create some applications that are category, yeah, product, store, and order app. These are basic all e-commerce application should have. First, let's create a category app and others later. Let's go to PyCharm together, and I show you how we can create it. Let's go to PyCharm. PyCharm, you know, it is a project that it is a framework that I use to do my projects. This is PyCharm, and we are going to create the applications. So in here, we come to, let me just show you some things here. Here we have category, we have P shop. This one is the main This one is main application, and this one is an application that we are just created. Because some of us may I wonder how. Let me delete it so that we can create it again. Let me delete the app like that. Delete everything, and let me create it again. Let me also go to go to the main file settings. I remove it from the from the app that I installed. Now we are default of any app. We only have the main application here. Now let's create app. Before we create app, let me Control Alt L to refactor. Yes, let me Control C to quit. Now, to create app, let's see how we do this. Let's create our category app. So we write Python manage.py start app. We call it category. Category. It is like that. Now Python manage.py startup, which is called category. Then you hit enter. When you come over here, you can see here by doing like that, and a category has come. This one, category has come. That is how we create an app. We can create more as we continue. Just I want us to create app, and inside this application that we have just created, it has got migrations, it has got init.py, it has got admin.py, it has got apps.py, it has got model.py, it has got test.py, it has got views.py. Models.py is what we are going to discuss about. We are going to create class in this. So what we are going to do is to open the model.py, and you can see from Django database import models. DB stands for database. So we are importing the models from actually we are importing the models from the database, and we can create class. Our class will be category. So class category. Category. Now, when you look at that, it has got error showing something is wrong, because that is not how we should create class. Remember, we can use casing. There are so many casing that we use in programming, like camel casing. The camel casing is whereby every word start with small letters, and after every word starting with a small letter, any letter comes after that. Any word that come after that first word, it should be capitalized. For example, if we were to talk about my name as Mudwichalo, we start with small m. We start with small m, then Mudwi, then any other thing, Chalo, Macau. It should be capitalized, but one only first letter in the M should be small. That is, camel casing is used much in JavaScript. Then we have Pascal. Pascal, everything must be capitalized. For example, Mdichalo, capital M, then every word must be capitalized, capital M, then Muthui Chalo, like that. That is Pascal casing. Then we have the snake casing, which is Python, and actually that is what we are using here. But classes, remember, we inherit from the father, the Pascal. So we have to do the Pascal way here. So actually we are saying Python way is when you have two words like Modui Chalo, Modui Chalo. You use underscore, then you say Chalo. Use Modui underscore Chalo. That is snake casing. That is Python, and this is actually what you are going to use to see most being used. Although we are going to adapt the man, the Pascal. So because of that, let's name our category the Pascal way. So come no, sorry. We say category. Category. Say category. Spelling mistake. Category, and this one is coming from models.model to models.model. Models.model. And as usual, we terminate our line with parentheses and colon. That is indentation. Indentation, we use indentation in Python. We don't use spaces. We use indentation. So indentation in Python means when you start there, you just tap the tab button to indent four times. So like that, when you say 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, that is indentation for the camel, for the Python language. So just to make sure it is alright, let me start and then indent it, and that is how it is must be done. Now let's look at that. We have the class, we have that one. Now let's assign the category name, the flag, the description, the image, and also we define how it should be shown on the other side of database. So we say category name. Now here we are using the snake, guys. I'm Python casing. So we say category name, category name, category name is model that character field. This is model some small m models dot character field, models dot character field. Then we assign that field. That field is assigned the actually it's assigned the maximum length of the characters, and we are saying maximum length of the characters. We say length max length is equal to 255. Why are we doing this? We are doing this because this one we are getting from the users. So they may hack, they may send our service, they may send a lot of information to us. And when they do massive information, they can crack the system. So we need no more than 255 characters here. So that we say maximum amount of category name must be 255, and other it will not going to work. Then we need to say it is unique or not. Because it's category and we have another category name, it should be unique. So unique, we set it to true. Unique, we say true. Unique, we say true. As usual, we terminate with the semicolon. There is error here. What is happening? So this one, for the PyCharm to feel good, we space it twice. Space it because of let me leave that one, create your model here, that comment, and then you say 1 2. Yeah, it is now good. It is now showing no underline. So we go to next, and next is lag. People may be asking, what is lag? What is slang? Slang, it is like ID. Slang, it is like identity. This one must not be having any similar or any similarity with any other slang. It's like your hand is like the mobile phone. It is something that is primary key. Those who talk about primary key, they know it is very, very unique identity of something or associated with somebody. So slang, we say this one is also a character field. Slang is also character field. So we say models dot character field, and therefore we set it maximum length. We set its maximum length. The maximum length we set it to 255, and we say unique is true. Unique is true. Now it must be capital T. Unique is true. Then next, it is description. Description, we can give it models dot text field. Now this is not like the other. It is now text field where someone can talk, where someone can actually type a lot of words, and there is no problem now. Now it's text field, and text field, we, because there is so many word that can be taken there. Let's say max length to be 255, or we leave it a blank. You can leave it a blank, you can set a maximum, but description text field. Let's set is also max length to 255, and this one now blank can be left. So it's not a must to describe. You can leave it blank, so we can say unique. But now here we don't say unique, we say blank is equal to blank is equal to. Remember, this must be a capital letter, capital T. Blank is equal to true. And then we can also create image. So cut image. Remember, this is Python. If we are writing two words, we have to use the underscore. So cut image. We say models dot image image field should be capitalized. Models.image field. Then we say models.image field. Image field is something that you should upload. It should be uploaded. So here we are going to talk about the image which is going to be uploaded. So image field should be uploaded to. So uploaded to. Uploaded to. Uploaded to, let's say we have a folder which is called photos, and within the photos folder we have categories. Now photos and category. And category. Photos slash category, meaning we have the folder called photos, and then we have categories inside that folder where we can upload our photos to. Right? I think that is clear now. And what about you don't want to upload the photo? Yeah, if you don't want to upload the photo, it's okay. You can do blank. You can leave it, and we enable you to leave it, just putting blank equal to true. Then the lastly is now how you want this data to appear in the database. In the database, which we are going to see a database after migration. But what do you want this data to be seen? To do that, we define the string. We use a function to define the string. And this function got self, which returns what we want. And return must be having the self, meaning we are within the what? We are within this file. Now let's do it. Let's declare it. So define, and we say underscore string str for string, and save. Then we say what we want. It is return self, Oh, you see, we are using self. See, we are using self, and this because it is we are using self because self it is within the class. That's all. And class must take self. So when you talk about self, when you are in within the class, and this class should be and declared any type of function, then it comes with self. So that is how they do. They make their framework. They set their own rules. Right? Let's continue. So this is category name, right? Why is it underlining? Okay. No problem. No problem. No problem. No problem at all. So what we do now, we are done with that. What is remaining now is we need to register this model. Actually the model to be within admin. That means within admin, and admin is here. We need to register it here. You can see from Django code import admin. So we need to register our models in the admin, and what is going to happen after we have done that is that the admin.py file, it is going to register it as form. So this one we are going to say from dot model import category. We are going to import it. So let's import it here, and we are going to import it right here and say from. No, let's not go down there. Let's import it up here. So from dot from dot from dot from dot. What does that mean? That means we are in the category. So dot means the folder we are in. So from current folder, which is category, we are going to take models, and we are going to import from the models. We are going to import from it a category. So let's do it. So from current file dot models, go to models and import the category. Import the class category. Import category. Now that's done. We have already our file here has now known there is something that is going to be brought in this admin from the category, and within the category models, and inside the model files we are going to take out the category and bring it here. So how do we bring it here now? Let's see it in action. We are going to say admin.site register. Now we are registering that category. So admin dot site dot register. register, the main.site.register, and we are going to take the category. I'm going to take the category, and yes, we are registered it. Next is to make the migrations Python, and when we make migrations, then because we deal with the image, however, we need to install pillow, and the pillow, it is the pillow, it is not the one that people use during and the bed during night. No, it is not. It is a pillow that deals with images when it comes to the PyCharm project. When it comes to Python project, when we are dealing with this one, we use pillow to handle the library of the images, in short. Therefore, we need to install pillow, and we need to use it so that we can manipulate, and it can allow us to handle and deal with the images. Then we make migrations and migrate everything, and after that we are going to get into the admin, and admin, it is exciting. In the admin is most exciting because we are going to look at every aspect and why it is like that. So let's meet then. We shall install the pillow using pip install, and we shall get into the migration. We migrate all this file to database, and we shall create super user to access our things in database, and therefore we shall be able to get into the database with password and username. Nobody else will going to access our database. So that's why the most powerful and data management system is today the world. In the world, it's called Python. So if you want to go very deep in computer science, data science, get Python, understand it. Although it may take some time, understand it, and then you'll be good in the AI, machine learning, and data analysis, and also web design. So Python is like all around. So I want to stop at that. We meet tomorrow. We create that user. We create a super user, and we install pillow, and we work on them as we continue with the project. Thank you very much, and get encouraged. Keep on moving. Don't slack. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Thank you very much, and let's meet next time. It's Madhu here. Welcome to Web Development course day 20. Today we are going to discuss about how to connect the database to Frontend, or how to display the database data into the Frontend. Let's get started. Before we start, I want to just give you overview of what we are going to discuss. This course may take a little while. Now, this customize. No. This is not like customize. Let me correct this first, and I say connect database. connect database to frontend. Or display data to frontend. Let me change this a bit and say display display data to frontend. This means displaying data to frontend actually means from the database, as the subtopic say, connecting database to the to frontend. Now, how do we connect the database to the frontend? This is very unique and very tricky discussion. You ought to be very keen, and we are going to I'm going to make you understand everything. Today I'm approaching the visual rather than doing, because 90% it will tend when you see, and when you do 100%. So it's you to practice this for it to stick. Now, it is possible to display the data from the database to the front end. That means whenever you see something being displayed on the web page, actually the best website, they have their database where all these things are coming from. Now, then the problem, and it comes to be how to connect these to the database. We have things like Jija. We remember this is a Python course, and web development with Python. We are not going to use JavaScript, and actually JavaScript we are using it is incorporated with the Bootstrap, but we are not going to write any JavaScript throughout this course. Now, this is made possible. How it is made possible? We apply API. API endpoints like transferring data through JSON file, transferring data through HTML and XML. All those are very stable, well known from the before. How we used to transfer the data from one to another across the net. For our case, we are building social media. Let's say, for example, we have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, that I love, and others. It is possible, and it is possible to get that data from the database and send it to the web page where people can now see. That is made up possible because of the application of APIs. But now the API here, it is a little local, because we are just getting the local to the local. Like getting the database locally, bringing it to the front end locally. But when you deploy our website, now it becomes very API applied in detail. Now, because of that, let's say the problem we are solving today is that about how to be able to display those data in database to the front end. Remember, every post has got its ID. So what is ID? ID is like a unique identifier, primary key for that matter. Those who take Word, those who take Microsoft Office like Excel, they know this. It is and also Access. It is database that is building with the computer that come from the Microsoft. Now, when you use primary key, that means it is a unique identity of a particular object, of a particular person, of a particular information. So if you can know all IDs, then you can know the number or post someone did or posted. And now you can get to know, oh, someone posted 4 posts, for example, or you can say someone posted 20 posts, for example. So you can now able to get each one according to the number, because the database are stored in the they are stored in a table. Like we are going to show that shortly. They are stored in a tableized manner, in which they are displayed number 1, 2, 3, 4 according to how they are. Now, and those posts from the database, we are getting them in form of ID, and that ID, for example, I am Muduchalo. That ID, it is number 1. Then number 2, I am from Kenya, Nairobi. Then number 3, I code using Python. Then number 4, I am also data analyst. So you see, these are 4 articles. They are going to come one by one, all of them being displayed on the screen, actually on the website. And therefore, on the website page, it is displayed. Now, in order to achieve this, we are going to work with the following. One, we are going to work with the Django tablet. We are going to work with the mini project app that we created very long time ago, about day 3, and how we show you how to create the main application. And then we shall also going to be dealing with the application where the models are hosted. Actually, models are, don't confuse the models, because models are actually known by Java. Those people who program with Java, they are actually aware of the models, but it's still in Python we do models, and this one is whereby the data is going to be a schema. It's like a schema in which we write in JavaScript, not JavaScript, in Python, and send this back information to the database. It is actually simple as that. We are going to see them in details just a few minutes. So now, having said all that, let's get started. Now, let me open my project. And this is my project. Remember, I'm using the PyCharm, and this is the very best for the Python coders or Python expert. I love it because it's just cool. It is coming from JetBrains, and they make things which are very professional. Now, this is model that we have just talked about. If you look at this model, today we are not going to code, don't hate me for that. We are going to just to see things and explain things in clear. So it is better, because this is a topic that is very tricky. Now, class. This is a class, and class means actually a data where the model is going to be hosted. Remember, we talked about types of casing. We talked about casing known as Kemo. We talked about casing known as Pascal. We talked casing known as Snake or Python. Now, all classes all over the world, across the programmers, it is very prominent that the Pascal is used to actually the Pascal casing is used in the naming of the classes. Room, post. When you look at that, remember we said every word is capitalized. So room R is capital and post is capital. Nothing like space, nothing like underscore. It is only capitalizing the first word, and that is actually a Pascal casing. Then it is followed by models dot model. This model dot model, it is coming from the Django. It is coming from the Django building model. We do not build it ourselves. It is already built in as it comes packed in the Django. So we can say, and you can see here at the top from. You can see at the top from Django DB import models. From Django DB import model. This is Django database. DB stands for database, and from Django code alter. Just forget about this one. This one is for next time. But what we are seeing here, we are saying the models are coming build up. We don't build models; they are in a particular manner built in automatically. What we do, we just import it into our project from the Django. We insert this one long time ago. Now let's come down and continue with our discussion. We have already known models, and models are coming from the Django. And our dot model, this model now, it is what we are going to do here. Now you can see host. Host, host is a name. Actually, we call this one a variable. A variable, it is something that stores information about something. So our host is a variable, department is a variable, title is a variable, and host is a variable that is storing foreign key. This foreign key, forget about the foreign key for now. Department, forget about department for now. Title, yeah, now let's get into the title. Title, it is also a variable that is storing the models, and it is storing the models, which is called the character field. Character field, this one means that you are going to put character, you are going to put anything, integer, whichever the thing. There is a dialog box that is coming and prompt you to enter some information, and maximum information is about 255. When you go 256, it will not work. It will actually give no feedback. Why is this maximum 255? This one is to prevent those people who make the web launch maliciously through pumping a lot of information. So we limit the number of information that can be sent. That's why we have the maximum length. Topic. Topic is just a topic, and is also having the character field. You can say topic like let's learn Python. Topic like let's learn pandas. Topic and topic, but now we are limiting the user not to exceed 255 characters. Then we have subtopic, and here is now a different thing here. This one, subtopic, it is a character field, and you can see the maximum length is 255. Then the null is true, and the blank is true. What do we mean by these two things here? The first one is null true. Null, it is null means to the database. When you want to make it null, when you want to leave the database without subtopic at the administration side, it is okay. It can allow you to go and present to next line, and actually it is be able to be blank for your information. If you leave it in blank in this side, the front end, it will be showing none. And none, it is N-O-N-E. Then we have blank, and this one, it is now the blank means when someone else is interacting with the website, someone is want to set something into your database, or someone you have the form to collect some information. So this form, when you get into the internet and you are filling something like your name, your admission number, your so things like email and so forth, there is a blank, there is a text where you are being told this cannot be a blank, this cannot be left blank. So if it's, for example, an email, you must get the email. Now the blank true means when you are in the net, you can make it not to be true, actually to leave it blank, and things will be okay. It's not going to provoke you or force you to make that blank having something. Then we have URL image. These are images, and now you can see the model has changed to image field, and this one, it is image. That is also null and true. You can leave or not. Look at this. This one is a very big topic. We shall discuss about it later. Then the body, and the body is text field. Text field. Text field is whereby you put the text. Like in Facebook, most people are there. That's why I'm giving example in Facebook. So you see somewhere where you can type so much words, so much letters, word, meaning. So this is a very, 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 very important section when it comes to the models. So you can see null is true and blank is true. So that means you can either make it null or you can make it blank. When you say null is when administrator is working on database backend. You can decide not to input anything there, and the blank, it is when the client, it is on other side making the filling in something. You can also decide not to put anything there, and the form will be authenticated. Updated, this is now the very, very big deal. Updated and created means updated. Every time you make a change or you change something, then the date must be captured. So this models actually is datetime field, and datetime field, it is whereby auto now is true. Auto now, it is true because it is just now. All other things, time that was being done and recorded were must be overwritten by the time that has been updated. Then created, this created on. You can say created on, you can say updated on. So created on, this is a date which this thing was first launched. That date, it cannot change. That's why we are saying auto now and is true. So it will not be altered whatever the means. So that means it will be actually like that throughout the day. Even if it is updated, it will remain that date of the first time. Now we have the meta. We have meta. Meta means change. So meta is changing. We are changing. Yeah, let me not talk about this right now, but I will show you later. Now that is all about models. Remember, these models we build it in this one, in this application. This application or this Django app, this one is not the main Django because we cannot see settings here. There is no settings, so this is secondary. This is actually a lesser app. It's not the main. That's what I mean. Now let's click that, and we are done with that. Now what is remaining is something that is called main project. So when you go to the main project, we define the create view when all the data will be displayed. So this is now our main folder. Can you see? It has got settings, it has got everything. Remember, this has no views. Views is the one that you create. I created a view for this course just for you. So views then don't come with the, but there are so many ways in which anyone can decide to work with Django. Just my preference that I want to work home within the main folder, but it's your choice. You can still create this home within the secondary or the other folders that come after the main folder. So let's open this one, and you can see something we have done here. Remember, we said there was a shortcut called render. Remember that in the last previous lesson. And this actually what means, it means to render the HTML, to render. And I was also saying this render, it is like Ginger. When you are using the Flask, you can use Ginger in Flask, but here we are going to use the request. So when we are going to make this one from Duke models import room post, that is the deal. We are going back to where our model is. Keep that in mind, and that is in the education Duke app. And Duke app has got models inside it. These models, and these models, we have the class which is room post, and this room post models, it has got all these, right? Then we bring it on the views, like we say from educ models. Check, it is from education. This one educ is shortcut for education. Educ app dot, go to models. Then within the models, we are going, what are we going to import from the models? We are going to import room post. That's why we have them there. Then okay, then we come back here and then we continue. Now we already imported our room post from the edu models. Now, having done that, now this is where, don't ask about this one. The second one, it is for next time. Don't ask why are we not talking about it. Now we do something called fuse. We create fuse. The fuse is like in JavaScript field is like uh, uh, the HTML, the web page. But now here we define it because we are using Python. We have to define it like this. Define this function. This is actually a function which is defined and is called home. So home, it is a function, and we are going to request this home to be displayed on the home page, on the web page, right? Now, room post is equal to all this. What is it that we are talking about here? This is a variable. This variable is storing room posts dot objects dot o. This actually is borrowing everything from Java. So if you have the basics of Java, you are very good here. So room post, remember it is this one, and this one is coming from, let me show you something. Yeah, it's coming from here. And this one, it is the educ r. Actually, this one is not. It is from educ application. So all these things that are room posts that has got them, we are bringing them into our home. Remember this home page. So that's why we need to be careful here, because this one confuses a lot of students. So this is home object.all, like that, and this is a function which means call those projects, call them. This is a call function, and we are calling all those things, and all those things are, let me show you another one more time. Let me go here, control click. Yeah, we come here and say all those things that should be seen in the home page is host, department, title, topic, subtopic, right? Let's go back. Now, department, we are not going to talk about it right now. Now we have another thing called context. And context here, it is a room post, room post. Now, this is a deal here. And we use return, render. This render has got its work. You see, it is from Django shortcuts import render. We also have HTTP response, but that one is now very tiresome. It is just I told you this course is a bit advanced, so it is not for very basics, very beginners. So it a bit advanced. So if you want to know something like HTTP for beginners and how this thing is being connected simply in a simple way, go and search on HTTP response, and then you get to understand. But this one is just a standard manner. So render, we come and return the render, and we get that request from here. We are requesting this thing from the view home. Then you request home.html and then the context. And the context, inside the context, we have room posts, and room post is room post.object.o, all of them that are in the database, and then context. This context will be displayed on the HTML page when we open our website. Now, that is how we do it. Now, let's register this into URL so that it can be displayed, or that can be added over to the view. Now, how do we display this? You know the meaning of URL. URL means uniform resource locator. So uniform resource location, and therefore we have from Django contrib import and min. You know that last time we talked about admin page, and we could customize the admin where data is stored. Then from Django URLs import path, and this path, it is the path that we also imported in here, this URL, this one, right? Okay, let's not talk about this now. Then let's go back to URLs here, and we say include. This include, it is this one here. This one here. Path include. And URL pattern is path admin. That one is for admin. Path dash. This means there is no default page that is going to load because it's empty. Now what we want it to happen, it is the home, and this home, it is going to be given a name home. So views.home means go to views, bring home here. Go to views, bring home. In what? In this site, so that it can be displayed online. Now after all that, we also have name. This name it refers to name where we can be using it in reference of what we have done, or in case of any URL, when you want to connect any URL or to refer any URL or to navigate to this URL in future, you can just use home, and this one will be very efficient. Instead of changing everything here, you just give this URL path a name, and that name is home, and anything that you want to get in future, you'll just go and you refer navigation URL to the home. That is it. Someone is asking about this one. This one include your and you URLs for those who are curious to know, but it's not for today's lesson. And just say this one, because of this include, we are including the other application which is secondary to the main one. This is main application whereby we is called P Educar. That's our main application in Django project. Then we have another application such as Educar. So this Educar to be actually known by this main, we have to import this it like this. That's why it is here. But we shall deal with it in future. Now, what we have done, it is almost everything. We have dealt with views, and we have seen the render. We have seen we have to import this room post. We have seen we have to define the views, and we give it a function request, and then we create a variable where we are storing the room posts, all of them, from the database. Oh yeah, I have not shown you the database. Okay, I'm going to just show you database shortly. Then we have seen the URL. We are saying we are importing the path, we are importing the admin, we are importing the views. These views, remember, this dot I already said about it. It can be a dot like that, can be dot like with space. So it doesn't matter. From import views, the views are this one, and the views are this home. In fact, it's the home that we are going to import into the URL. So views.home, it is coming because we are importing the views, and this dot, it means from the current folder or from the same application. This app, it has got views, it has got URLs. So in the URLs, we want to bring these views into it, and we are doing it through here. From current folder, import views, and path blank, meaning when you open, what comes first is this view that we have bring, and we are calling it views dot om, and this om, it is the function that we have just defined in the views file, and it is now ready to be displayed on the service, or on the web page. Now, before we go to the web page, I want to show you a database. What is it? Reload. Let me see. Let me check again. Yeah. Now, this is a thing that we wanted to be displayed, and this is actually what we were talking about all that time. But I said create room, edit, delete. We don't talk about this because these are crude and these are something different from this topic. Now we have this one, biology form 3, growth and development metamorphosis. So posted by admin on Feb 1320. This is when I actually I've just created this one recently. Now let's go to the let's go to the